this excerpt is towards the end of the novel. The narrator is from Afghanistan and he lives in America and he's gone back to Pakistan and he's trying to rescue his, he just found out this boy is his niece, or nephew, so he's trying to get him back to America, but a lot of different events happen, and so in this scene they're in the hospital and he's like hoping that the boy is able to like come through so he can bring him back to America. They won't let me in. I see them wheel him through a set of double doors and I follow. I burst through the doors and the smell of iodine and peroxide hits me, but all I have time to see is two men wearing surgical caps and a woman in green huddling over a gurney. A white sheet spills over the side of the gurney and brushes against grimy checkered tiles. A pair of small, bloody feet poke out from under the sheet and I see that the big toenail on the left foot is chipped. Then a tall, thick-set man in blue presses his palm against my chest and he's pushing me back out through the doors, his wedding band cold in my skin. I shove forward and I curse him, but he says you cannot be here. He says it in English, his voice polite but firm. You must wait, he says, leading me back to the waiting area, and now the double doors swing shut behind him with a sigh, and all I see is the top of the surgical caps through the door's narrow rectangular windows. He leaves me in a wide, windowless corridor, crammed with people sitting on metallic folding chairs along the walls and on the thin frayed carpet. I want to scream, and I remember the last time that I felt this way, riding in the back of the tank of the fuel truck, buried in the dark with other refugees. I want to tear myself from this place, from this reality, rise up like a cloud and float away, melt into the humid summer night and dissolve somewhere far, over the hills. But I am here. My legs are blocks of concrete, my lungs are empty of air, my throat burning. There will be no floating away. There will be no other reality tonight. I close my eyes, and my nostrils fill with the smells of sweat and ammonia, rubbing alcohol and curry. On the ceiling, moths fling themselves with the dull gray light tubes running the length of the corridor, and I hear the papery flapping of their wings. I hear chatter, muted sobbing, someone sighing and someone whispering, elevator doors opening with a bing, and the operator paging someone in Urdu. I open my eyes and I know what I have to do. I look around, my heart a jackhammer in my chest, blood thudding in my ears. There's a little dark supply room to my left. In it, I find what I need. It will do. I grab a white bed sheet from the pile of folded linens and carry it back to the corridor. I see a nurse talking to a policeman near the restroom. I grab her elbow, and I want to know which way is west, and she doesn't understand. The lines on her face deepen when she frowns. My throat aches and my eyes sting with sweat. Each breath is like inhaling fire, and I think I am weeping. I ask again, I beg. It is the policeman who points. I throw my makeshift prayer rug on the floor and I get on my knees, lower my forehead to the ground, my tears soaking through the sheet. I bow to the west. And then I remember that I haven't prayed for over 15 years. I have long forgotten the words, but it doesn't matter. I will recall those few words. La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. I see now that Baba was wrong. There is a God, and there always has been. I see him here, in the eyes of the people in this corridor of desperation. This is the real house of God. This is where those who have lost God will find him, not the white masjid with its bright diamond lights and towering minarets. There is a God, there has to be, and now I will pray. I will pray that he forgive, that I have betrayed, lied, and sinned with impunity, only to turn to him now in my hour of need. I pray that he is as merciful, benevolent, and gracious as his book says he is. I bow to the west and kiss the ground and promise that I will do zakat and I will do namaz. I will fast during Ramadan, and when Ramadan has passed, I will go on fasting. I will commit to memory every word of his holy book, and I will set on a pilgrimage to that sweltering city in the desert and bow before the Kaaba. I will do all of this, and I will think of him from every day on if only he grants me this one wish. My hands are stained with Hassan's blood, and I pray God doesn't let them get stained with the blood of his boy too. I hear a whimpering, and I realize it is mine. My lips are salty with the tears trickling down my face, and I feel the eyes of everyone in the corridor on me, but still I bow to the west. I pray. I pray that my sins have not caught up with me the way I always feared they would.